2, 1.
Hello and welcome back to Bingothon. I am your host, BGF Watson, and I will be functioning as your old host. Rob the Gamer plays the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue.
Yep. So, we just watched Galaxy, which is a rematch of a Blind Bingo Series match. And during the Blind Bingo Series, we also got to see the first tie game, and now I get to show you guys Bingo in the second game. We're going to be going for triple bingo, we're going for 3 lines, and I'm excited because this is a really fun game. So, let's go ahead and get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. So, we're going to start right off in the introduction mission. This intro mission takes a couple of minutes, but it gives me a great opportunity to really look over the board and figure out what kind of goals we want to go for. One thing I do want to mention right off the bat, though, keep an eye on that times combo in the top right, because if we do things right, it's about to be a good combo. We want to try to keep it as a decent combo, not like what I just did. We're actually getting good. Like the combo? We got the combo alive? Okay. Alright. That just gives us a good amount of opals early on. So what makes this game different from Taiwan? So in Taiwan, the way the game works is that you have like 3 hub areas. And each hub area has 3 levels, and then you're collecting these thunder eggs, and freeing these bilbies. And yeah, most of what I just said is irrelevant. So first of all, instead of 3 hubs with 3 levels each, we kind of just have like a big map we're gonna see, almost like GTA style. I like to call it tie to like a kid-friendly GTA almost. And instead of doing these levels, we're just gonna be doing a mission in each area. But the game's also just a lot more open world. Let's see here. Collect all the bilbies, sulfur rocks, lobbies on bay. That's an option. 15 spy points. Alright. Row 4, column 1, all the cogs in Never Never. That was a goal I did not want to do. There's a lot of cogs in Never Never. Obtain 3 different 3K full bags. 30 cogs. Could go for a bunch of spy points. 100% fair dink. Not bad. Row 1's looking decent right now. Alright, so row 1 I'm thinking about. Kinda like in row 1. That middle goal is super good. Row 3. 15 and 20 position. What's up?
I was going to say, with the middle row, you had 15 and 20, so...
Yeah, the 15 and 20 synergy there. That is really good. There's not a lot of the spy flawless, so that would be getting a lot. But I think we could make that. Collect all the cogs and fair dinkum. I already have to 100% fair dinkum. But I just have to get the cogs and Mount Bloom. Mount Bloom is one of my least favorite parts of the game, but we can make it happen. You know what? Yeah, I'm actually really liking the row 3, so we can go row 3. Row 4, nah, not feeling it. Row 5, nah, not feeling it. Let's see our columns. Column 1, no. Why am I attacking that? Column 2. Column 2 actually is pretty good synergy too. Turbo Track's one of the races, so winning Turbo Track and then just winning one of the race wouldn't be bad. Marty have Fluffy, we're probably gonna beat anyway later in the game. Ripper Nipper is basically automatic, so yeah, Column 2 actually would be very easy as well. Column 3, no. Column 4, no. Column 5, I guess I could do, but I think what we're really looking at here... Oh, the other one that would actually be easy would be bottom left, top right. So honestly, I got 4 lines that I could probably easily do. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of keep all 4 lines open in my head for now. So what I'm going to do real quick is just star them so I remember what I'm looking at. Row 1, row 3, bottom left, top right, and column 2 is what I'm... Alright. And now we can get going. Now the one thing I will say is that if we're going to get all these spy frills, we really need opals. Because in order to get these spy frills, we need a special kind of boomerang called the infrarang, which costs 4,000 opals. And the sooner we can get that infrarang, the sooner we can start getting these spy frills. So, we need to get money kind of quick. But not too quick. Let's see. We will probably just do the standard begin. Oh, actually, ooh. Maybe we don't do a standard. Do I need to go to Sulfur 1? Ooh. Having to get most of the spy frills is actually opening up doors. We're going to be doing very interesting routing this run, I think. I like it. Alright, so easy mission. There's a lost kid. Hey, here's the lost kid. Hey, mission's done. Cool. Alright. So, let's explain how this game works now. So, I am essentially in charge of a rescue agency. So, people around town call in with problems, and I help them. These problems range from a lost child, to forest fires, to an amusement park that won't close down, or to an amusement park that's having a hard time opening, to the absolute dire emergency that construction workers forgot their lunches. So yeah, we're gonna do the wide range of spectrum of emergency. But right now, what we're gonna do...
As an Australian, I can confirm that construction workers not having their lunch is a massive emergency.
Wait, Flotsam, I forgot you're Australian! I'm so happy you are here for this.
Yep. Yeah, I've been sitting here and just appreciating the many references they've made.
So, I don't...
Opals.
Are you familiar with this series at all?
Not really, I'm just watching this as an interested Australian.
So it's made by Chrome Studios, which is an Australian company. And yeah,
I've heard of them.
They, I think they're based in Melbourne.
Do you want some?
Hmm.
You don't look old enough.
I've been there a few times.
I do have something
But yeah.
in my life. I found them while digging up some
This is Goo Steve. Unfortunately, I don't think we're really gonna see him any time other than just now because, well, he just doesn't really help us much with this bingo. But Goo Steve is my favorite character because he tells some of the wildest stories if you talk to him. And he's just an absolute delight. Anyways, the mission we have here is there's crocodiles in the sewer, which, as anyone could tell you, is usually not a good thing. So, we're just gonna kill them. Because, you know, why try to rescue them and release them, and we can just kill them. This game really hates, like, gators for some reason. There's another mission we're probably gonna do later where we're just gonna be killing gators again. I don't know why. Kind of weird. Especially when you consider that we're an animal ourselves.
Also, they're crocodiles, it's Australia. And
I
that
guess.
is in Australia.
But, like, I thought the bad thing that we killed in Australia was the kangaroos.
I don't know. I haven't followed the Tasmanian Tiger series in depth.
That's all good. So we're gonna go ahead, get rid of the last one here. From what I heard, kangaroos in Australia are kind of like deer in the U.S. Now, I have no idea how accurate that is. That's just what I've heard. Lots of you would
I don't know what
absolutely-
deer are like. I don't know what deer are like in the US, but yeah, there are. Depending on where you live, they can be fairly common.
Mhm.
I mean, if I look out the window, I know that there could be a decent chance of me seeing a mob of kangaroos in a nearby graveyard because there's grass there, I guess.
Hello, Toy. Hello, Ty.
And yeah, they do run in front of traffic and stuff.
Alright, so we got the Infarang. And what that's gonna do is let us do this quick mission where I defeat this guy who looks like a koala but is actually an enemy dressed as a koala. However, we could not realize it because we could not see through the disguise unless we used the Infarang. Now we saw through the disguise, and we have saved the town. Oh, Flotsam, there's an emergency. See, that spy was not the only spy. All these koalas around us are now sus. We have to decide. We have to figure out which ones are real and which ones are fake. And unfortunately for me, it's not randomized. So for example, 2 koalas here. Boom, that one's actually fake. We kill them. All these koalas here, they're all real. They get to live. But yeah, as you can see, there are 25 of those spy frills, and we have to get 20 out of 25.
So there are 25 imposters among us.
There are 25 imposters among us. Bro, what? Game. It just... Bruh. I wasn't... What? So I loaded the next area, and then the game decided to reload the previous area. I've never... That's a new one. No, I want to be in the new area.
Yeah, that's a common problem in Australia. We just have to make sure we have to load in the areas before we walk into the ground or something.
Yeah. Alright. So, I don't know, Flotsam, I have a question. Does Australia have a thriving film scene? Like their own Hollywood, essentially?
It used to, apparently, back in the day.
Okay.
But I guess there's been a few films shot in Australia, like Thor Ragnarok, I think had some filming in Australia, but yeah. A lot of, not particularly in the modern day and age. I guess in the 80s it was big.
Well, you see,
I mean,
we got word that these 2 people here are being attacked by these ninjas. So we're gonna defeat all the ninjas. However, you might have noticed a couple things, such as cameras, and lights, and director's chairs. And it turns out this might have been a misunderstanding, and they might have been filming a movie, and the director might be mad at us on that. Now I gotta be careful, because I am at 1 health and I don't know.
Jackie Chan was raised in Australia, that makes sense.
Oh, come on. Come on. Bro. There we go. Alright. So the way this game works is it's broken into like 4 sections. Each section ends with a boss fight. And what you're supposed to do is kind of how it works in the real world, which is an emergency happens, someone calls an emergency number, the emergency place gets the alert, and then they go. That makes sense, right? But it turns out that all of the crimes happen all at once, and they don't all get reported right away, but we're psychic, we know where the crimes happen, so we're gonna go to quite a few crimes before they're called in. So yeah. By the way, over here, picnic table, boom, sus. Ah, that's another one. We've saved another one. We got another one. Why does Thai have boomerangs? Well, from my understanding, by law, every Australian has to. Is that accurate, Flotsam?
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah.
Need to make sure that I
see,
can-
there you go. Like, you know, you go to school, you learn to read, you learn to write, you learn how to identify sus koalas like that, and you learn how to throw boomerangs. Actually, how many? I gotta remind myself. How many? There's 2 more in this area. I need to try to remember.
I got
Where
a D in boomerang throwing class once.
Huh?
I got a D in throwing boomerangs.
I actually
The whole school subject.
did own a boomerang and threw it for several years. Never once successfully caught it though. Then I lost it.
Yeah, that's how they go.
Yeah.
Fun
I'd
fact, they're actually
always-
supposed to mimic birds in flight.
I mean, they do come back,
Chasing
just
them.
not straight back to me is the issue.
Hmm.
So we're doing this mission. Normally, this is not the level. Excuse me. So in the first section of the game, there's one mission you can skip, and usually it's actually the one I'm doing right now. But I decided to do this one so that we can actually get some more of the koalas. We're gonna need quite a lot of them. I do need to get 5 of the bilbies as well. But anyways, there's a training area here. We are just killing all the enemies here, basically. Now, I want to grab health. That's a full restoration of health, which is awesome. Because that would have just killed me. Alright.
Out of curiosity, are there drop bears in this game?
You're gonna have to explain what a drop is.
Oh yeah, it's a bear that drops on you.
No, there's
Very
no
dangerous.
bears. No bears in the game.
Hmm.
There
There's koalas, though.
there's a lot of Australian wildlife. The big bad enemy, the final boss, is a cassowary.
Very dangerous.
You know,
Not
we're
as dangerous as
Tasmanian
Andy's, though,
Tigers.
is it?
We're gonna see some koalas around. Ooh. Oh, I actually died. That's annoying. That's really annoying.
And the Tasmanian tiger has joined his ancestors with the
Mhm.
rest of the species because, yeah.
Well, it's actually interesting because the story of the first game involves that evil cassowary who's creatively named Boss Cass. And he actually went ahead and is the reason why the Tasmanian tigers are extinct. But he missed one.
Well,
And we are the one that he missed. However, instead of killing them all, he just kind of banished them to another dimension. And then when we beat him in the first game, we were able to rescue our parents from that dimension. So it's all good. And now there's a couple of Tasmanian tigers. Not a lot, but a couple. Oh, jeez. I really don't like doing... It's been a while since I've had to do this with just the regular boomerangs against these robots. These robots are not easy to kill. I need a health. Give me that health right now. But yeah, these are basically robot versions of us that also throw boomerangs. This enemy actually doesn't even show up. I don't even know if this enemy really shows up anywhere besides this one spot. But there we go, we defeated them. Alright. Now we're gonna make our way back. There's a way you can make this. Yeah, nice. Tiny skip. Where are the other 2 koala spies in this area? Because I don't want to miss one. It's okay if I miss one. Rob. Okay if I miss one of them. It's been a while since I've actually played this game. I did de-rust it a bit. Never get cool.
Also, on the subject of Australian wildlife, I think there were frog-necked lizards down the bottom there.
Yeah, so frog-necked lizards are the common enemy. I think these are blue-tongued something.
Blue-tongue lizards?
Yeah,
Blue-tongue
if that's a thing. I think that's what these purple guys are supposed to be. I might be wrong on that, though. Oh, I do remember where there's one more of the cool. Oh, you know what? I actually remember where both of them are, I think now. Okay, cool. Alright. We're gonna come over to this area here. We're gonna hit the yellow button. I'm gonna bite into the yellow button so we can hit the yellow button, I guess, because the boomerang's got one. And then we're gonna go to this side area over here. And there's a whole big area that we can explore. But actually, I just need this one little area right here because there's our sus. There's our sussy koala. Alright, and then there's one more, and I think I know where it is. And if I'm right, awesome. And if I'm wrong, then we're skipping up. But hopefully I'm not wrong. Alright. So I need the spy frills. I do need the cogs and fairy dinkum and mount boom. I need to remember. So I need 100%. I guess I should decide which. You know, if possible, not doing bottom left, top right would be nice. Because firefight. Yeah, that'd probably. Then I wouldn't have to worry about buying 3. So yeah, I guess probably row 1, row 3, column 2 is what I'm mostly looking. Oh, I just realized I ran. The koala. What happens when I get distracted? Oh, I got that one. I think, is there another one up here? Maybe not. I do mistake. Is there one over here? Alright, then I'm not sure where the other one is. Alright, well, that's one that we're skipping. Oh, you know what? It's back there, and we can't access back there right now. Shoot. Okay, yeah, we can't get the other koala in this area. That's fine. We'll make it work. Alright. So, I'm sure people are wondering, Rob, when are you going to get around and mark off a goal? Don't worry, we're going to start marking off goals very, very shortly. Because we're about to do 3 goals in the next, 2 minutes. Y'all aren't ready for this. Alright. So, what does every platforming game from the early 2000s need? That's right, kart racing.
See you, bud.
So, welcome to Refinery Run. This is one of the 7 tracks in the game and one of the quicker ones. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and ride it, and we're gonna win. So, yeah, this is essentially Mario Kart, but really bad. I actually really do not like the kart racing in this game. It's not good, in my opinion. But, you know, we will show it off. But while I'm doing this race, would be a good time to say anything.
Ooh, I'm thinking about saying plenty of things. Once I remember where everything was there. Well, we're raising funds for Doctors Without Borders, or Médecins Sans Frontières, which, coincidentally, is in French. MSF is an international and medical humanitarian organization providing life-saving medical humanitarian care in over 70 countries around the world. And they're very, very good people. Also, on the subject of being in French, I'd like to shout out the French Restream that is probably doing an excellent job translating all the stuff that I'm saying, and I'm certain hasn't stuffed up a single word of it. Shout outs to them. They're doing an excellent job.
I'm sure Nico is saying only wonderful things.
I'm sure he is absolutely heaping you with praise right now.
Absolutely, and definitely not being like, this fool almost just lost the race. But hey, we won our first race. Yeah. Alright. Now, Flotsam, you know what's better than doing one race?
And sir?
Doing two races. So, if you look at column 2, row 2, win 2 different races, we're gonna go ahead and win our second race. But, you know what's even better? Is our second race is gonna get us... Nah, we're not gonna do 3. But our second race is gonna be called Turbo Track, which will be row 2, column 1. Nope, row 1, column 2. That was weird.
Nice.
Wait, no. I'm investigating that. What just happened? The fence just despawned without it breaking? What? When you drive into the fence there, it's supposed to break, and it just despawned instead of... That was weird. That was
Sometimes
really weird.
benches just disappear in Australia.
Yeah? Oh, I didn't realize it was lore accurate. Alright. So this race, unlike the other one, we have to do 6 laps instead of 3. But each lap only takes like 20 seconds, and there are boost pads all over the place. So we're going to try to get a time of under 2 minutes. One thing I love, this wasn't a thing in the original game, but as you race, Ty will just occasionally just go Aussie, 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 oi, 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 which I know is a cricket chant? Is that right?
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a general sporting chant, but
Okay.
generally used in cricket.
Okay. I knew it was a sporting chant. I wasn't sure which sport, but I guess it's just a general sports. So yeah, he just loves doing that. Oh, you learn a lot of Australian lore. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how much of it is actual Australian lore versus just things for the video game. It's almost like when you're reading Harry Potter and you're like, oh, is this a magical thing? Or is it just British? But for
do you mean?
me, it's like,
Everything
is
in
it
Harry
Thai
Potter
or
is
is it
British.
Australian? This is something I've wanted to know. Is faltered on an Australian thing? Is that an Australian word?
Can you repeat that?
Faltered on?
Doesn't ring any bells, but it might be an Australian word. It's a big country.
Okay. I think it's more of a thing in the game, not actually an Australian thing, but I was curious. My earlier friend, Gubu Steve, that I had mentioned, every time you see him, pretty much almost every time, greet you with faltered on. Basically meaning hello. Yep, there we go. Hey, guess what? We can mark off not 1, but 2 goals. Let's go. Boop, boop. Alright. So let's go ahead. We're going to do our first boss fight out of 3 that we're going to have to do during this bingo. And this first boss fight is actually going to get us another goal because his name is Patchy. So we're going to get that top left goal as well. We're going to meet up with Patchy, the Ankylosaurus. Now, our Ankylosaurus is an Australian animal.
I mean, I think it's a dinosaur. I'm not sure if it's an Australian dinosaur because most of the dinosaurs died about 65 million years ago.
Yeah. This one's also a robotic one, so.
Yeah, robotic dinosaurs. Questionable historical accuracy.
I actually got a double hit there, which is nice. But yeah, so it takes 5 hits on the head, 5 hits on the tail, and then 3 hits on the back. Easy boss fight. If I die, I'm gonna be sad. Let's see here. What other goals do we got here? Oh, Rob! Hey, remember earlier when you were like, are we doing 3? And I was like, no, we're not doing a 3rd race. Well, guess what? I just saw what row 1, column 4 is. Parrot Beard Cove is a 3rd racetrack. Whoops. We did Refinery Run for no reason. Whoops.
By the way, you might be amused to hear this. The Ankylosaurus is a real dinosaur from North America.
There we go. I mean, back then, Australia was a part of North America, probably, so... That's how it works, right?
Maybe.
Go ahead, mark off Patchy. Let me think. Okay. We are going to get ready to do the second section of this game. Bushfire. Nipper. Okay. So actually, the next goal we got will be Ripper Nipper. I need to do Mount Boom. We're actually going to be skipping... Oh, I don't really know if I want
son.
Oh, wait.
Let me know if you need a hand, okay?
Oh, I forgot that was added to this game.
Bye, son.
Anyways, we're not buying anything there. How much money do I got? Oh, I got just enough money to buy what I want.
Bye-bye.
We should not need to worry about money in the rest of this run. Hey, guess what? Koala bears? Guess which one's the sus one? It's this one. I forgot which one it was. It was not the one I thought it was. But we got one. Alright. So, emergency situation. The construction workers at the beach forgot their lunches, so we're gonna deliver them. But we only have 5...
there's also sandwiches?
Yeah, but we only have... I don't know what kind of sandwiches they are, actually. But apparently, if we don't deliver them in 5 minutes, the world will end or something. So, like, you know, kind of a big deal.
Tradies are like that sometimes.
Yeah, I've heard Australians can be mean, but you're very nice.
Yeah, sometimes. Australians.
Is it just because, okay. Well, you know, but whatever you gotta do to be nice and mean, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so either way, we're gonna go deliver these lunches right all the way up here. Do you like the giant shrimp?
Yeah, Australia has big things.
The king prawn?
Australia has big things. I don't know if you've heard of the big banana.
Oh, we have our own big banana!
You do?
Yeah, well, in the game, yeah.
Yep. Big banana, Coffs Harbour.
Nice. We are going to be driving by a big banana at some point. So you'll have to keep an eye out for it.
Yep. There are a lot of big things in Australia.
Oh, that's funny, because there's a lot in this game, too. They don't do anything. They're just populating the world. I always just thought it was to make the world feel more alive. I had no idea that Australia just adds a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, they have a bunch of big stuff.
I'm trying to remember where the banana is now, because I don't remember where all of them are off the top of my head. I think the banana's real late game. We will find the banana. I need to show you the banana now. But anyways, another emergency. Remember the beach we were just at? Some kids are about to do a surfing competition, but they forgot their sunscreen. So, dire emergency. So, we got a 5-minute timer. And we are going to need to use every single second of that 5-minute timer to make sure we deliver the sunscreen and we're done. I don't know why they give a 5-minute timer. You can do it in 35 seconds.
Yeah. I would like to point out something.
Yes.
There's actually been a recent news thing that I've actually seen on TV yesterday.
Oh?
Basically, some sunscreen manufacturers have been shortchanging people in terms of the SPF. They're not as good
Oh.
sunscreens as they've been told.
Oh
We take
my-
this stuff seriously.
Wow, that's great. I need all the cogs in Mount. Can I get all of the cogs in Mount? Is this Parabeard Cove?
You again.
This is not Parabeard.
See you, bud.
Parabeard Cove's not. Alright. So anyways, we're gonna go now from the absolute emergency of sunscreen to, there's some volcanologists trapped at the bottom of this volcano, so we're gonna go rescue them. So now we're just gonna go into a volcano casually. Hope you don't mind.
Seems a little bit less urgent than the sunscreen stuff.
True. We could have waited. So there's 3 cogs in this level, and I'm gonna take a guess that I'm actually gonna have to come back here later on. Because I don't 100% remember where the cogs are. And there's a decent amount of areas in this level that we cannot access yet. Just because I don't have all the things I need to access them. So I'm going to kind of scout ahead and see what I can get. And see if I can remember what I'm going to have to buy so that we can come back later and get what we need. I forgot. We can mark off Ripper Nipper. Ripper Nipper was the sunscreen mission. Alright. This area, as a kid, by the way, was by far my least favorite area. Because it is just tricky. Not an easy part of the game. And I'm gonna show you the exact part that I consider difficult. Forward. What do I need for fire? Need smash around. Oh my god. Don't mind me. Oh, I almost forgot. Not only do I want to hit that, I want to hit this button. Alright. So this is what we need to do. There are 3 generators around that we need to spray water into so that they can be powered on. In order to access all 3 of them, we have to use the platforms that are making the staircase that I'm kind of looking at. The platforms with the red flashing lights on them, we are about to move. And you're going to see what I mean by moving. What we can do is we hit a button here, and it moves the platform, and then we hit the button again, and it stops. We hit the button, it moves on a cycle, and then you hit it again, you stop it. And if you don't stop them in the exact right spot, or if you do something crazy like that, yeah, that's not gonna work. Alright, now we gotta wait. And that is why I don't like this area as a kid, and why I don't like this area even still to this day. But damn it, we need to get the cogs in here. Now that I'm looking at it, honestly, I probably...
By the way, I think now would be a good time to point out something with donations.
Yeah, go for it.
Because we have donated over $12, we are both in the running for a Bingothon mug and sticker combination provided by the staff of this event.
Ooh. Well, I'm not, because I'm part of the staff, but... Ooh.
Oh, I'm in the running for it.
You're in the
Also,
running.
a $6. Yep, and a $6 donation also makes sure that I'm in the running for a Bingothon mug as well.
Oh, I almost forgot. Hey, you see this right here? Guess what? There's an imposter. Boom, get wrecked. I almost forgot that I also wanted the imposters here. Alright. Gotta remember, we need all of the imposters. All the imposters must go. Oh, I also gotta hit the... That'll respawn. It's been a while. I'm glad you're here, Sloths. I'm so glad you are here for the sus koalas. Alright. Now we can do number 2. So for number 2, I want to hit this one. You know what? We're going to do something a little crazy. We're going to have 2 of these running at once. I want that one to stop there. This one to stop there. I think I need this one. If I remember correctly. Why is it not moving? There we go. Okay, I don't know why it wasn't moving. Oh, it's moving. Man, I think that one will stop right there. Boop. Perfect. And now we can go do generate. Alright, let's go. Alright, we made the jump. Come on, hit the generator. There we go. There's number 2. How do you hit that from... Oh, we didn't get that. Alright, well. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I hit the wrong button. I went to wipe my eye and accidentally hit a button while I was doing it. That's annoying. How many of the... We already had 6 of the spies. That's cool. One more? Okay. I already had 6 of the koala spies out of 20, so that's cool. Once we get out of this volcano, things will start picking up. Like I said, we are likely gonna have to come back.
Well, 4 goals down is definitely a lot better than where we were 20 minutes ago.
True. Alright. That's a good plan. That. Now we can go ahead and put this one right where I want it. There we go. And now we can finish this off. The good news is that if we do have to come back to the volcano later, we don't have to do this again. It'll just stay open. So, don't worry about that, at least. Right. Go ahead, hit the 3rd one here. There we go. I don't know why I got out of that. I didn't want to get out of that. Now we're going to go ahead and jump in the lava. Now the underwater lava movement, not the easiest. But we're gonna do the best we can. Get rid of this street here. You don't remember. 3 cogs I need to get? I bet one of them is. Let's warp. Alright, we're gonna do a small little skip here. I'm gonna wedge myself. Oh, is the other corner meant to be? Want to get up there. Want to get up there. There we go. And then another good thing about the infrarang, not only does it show the sus, but it also goes way further than normal rang, which allows us to hit this button. We are technically not supposed to be able to hit that button right now, but we did it anyway. So go us.
Oh, I guess the game says you're supposed to be able to hit it in a way.
Mm-hmm. Where are all of them? So anyways, these are the volcanologists. We rescued them. We did a great job rescuing them. And hey, is that a sus koala? Crazy. Alright. We're gonna have to come. Yeah, we're just gonna come back here later and grab the dogs and other. So yeah, that's what we'll do. I didn't get any of them. I need all three, so I'm gonna probably want Lasherang, Warparang probably. But when I get Warparang and get Freezerang, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of Goo Steve is what I'm realizing, because we need a lot of money. Hey, guess what? Boom, that guy's sus. So, there's another mission inside of the tree here to rescue a climber. But actually, you know what?
Stories to tell. The things I've seen and the stuff I've done.
You know what?
A book it would. Two even.
We are
Maybe
gonna do
three
it.
if you use big print. There was this time when this thing
It
happened
makes
in
sense
this place
to.
I was at. Oh boy, was that ever an adventure?
This is actually, ooh, this is
person, I
weird
forgot their name.
routing.
They had something they had
So
to do
again,
something to.
normally
And I
in
had
this
another
section
thing
of the
that someone
game,
else had to do
you would
stuff
skip
with.
one mission.
They sure were
Now,
wild
normally you would
I
skip
like
the
it.
volcano,
Yeah.
but
These things I
if
got
you
from
have
the
to do
person
the
in my story.
volcano, you would skip the tree here. But actually, we're in a position where we benefit from doing both. So we're gonna skip a different mission. We're gonna save the lives of some crocodiles by not killing them, I think. Kind of
That
weird.
isn't the most bingo thing I've ever heard. Weird routing.
Oh, it's very weird.
That is.
So anyways,
That's the good thing about bingo, isn't it?
now for collectibles, we've mostly been talking about cogs and the imposters. But there's also these bilbies. I just got one. We need to get 4 more for that middle goal, so we might as well grab them in here. Some easy wins. Alright. So yeah, we're just kind of platforming around. If I fall off the wooden bridges, that means I'm bad. And, yeah. So, hopefully I just don't fall. I mean, it's pretty easy.
No impression. Nico definitely won't make fun of you if you fall off.
Nah, just don't fall. It's easy. See all this? It's easy. You want to see something cool? We jump over here, and then we land right on the rope. We glide over. Easy. You see over here? 2 koalas. False. One's an imposter. Jump over here, and I just learned this one. We can jump right over here, and now we're done with the mission. Cool. Alright. We got 11,000. We are going to need more than that. Did I already get this imposter? I already did get the imposter. Cool. Alright. So the last 2 missions for this part of the game are both involved using the helicopter. But we're going to only have to do one of the 2 of them now. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to go ahead and fix a highway. Because essentially, I think what happened was they were very close to finishing building the highway. And then the workers got mad at the boss and basically said, F off. And now the boss is like, uh-oh. So they essentially called emergency services. Also, there's a car over here. It crashed. It needs a tow job. But that guy's an imposter. Oh, I missed. That guy's an... Bruh. 3rd tries the charm. 4th tries the charm. There we go.
You would not have passed boomerang school in Australia.
What was that?
You would not have passed boomerang school in Australia with that name.
Oh, boy. Alright, so anyways, we're going to talk to Dennis the Tree Frog, who is the mayor of the town. And he's going to task us with fixing the highway. Which, I don't understand the purpose of these roads. They just lead to random bodies of land with no buildings on them. I don't know if, like, the roads are being built in anticipation of houses then being built, or what, but I don't see who's living I don't understand who's putting their house on these tiny plots of land. Essentially having a giant moat, like, I don't know if this is a thing Australians do. I'm fairly certain it is not, because it's absolutely insane.
Isn't there the saying, build it and they will come?
Huh?
Isn't there the saying, build it and they will come? No?
Oh, I guess there is a phrase like that. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the exact phrase, because I know what you're talking about. But, yeah, it's something like that. Maybe it is just build it and they will come. But, you know, we're building it. But, yeah, cool. There we go. Alright. And now, an oil rig is under attack. Gasp. If you build it, he will come, from the movie Field of Dreams, according to chat. I will believe them blindly, because I don't have a reason.
It seems like it was where I heard it. Also, I feel like a fake Australian for knowing a quote from a baseball movie.
Alright. So this next part of the game is, unfortunately, probably going to be the most boring. Basically, we're going to have to do a slow, like, 4-minute level, where basically we're going to make 0 progress on any goals, and then follow it up with, like, a 3-minute boss, where, again, we're basically making 0 progress on goals, but we're going to be advancing the game, so that we can actually then get gold. That's our plan. So, as we said, there's an oil rig. It is under attack, and our job is to stop the entire thing from exploding because it's on fire. And oil rigs on fire is bad. Alright.
Is oil rig on fire or oil rig leaking oil into the ocean worse?
Well, presumably, if the oil rig's on fire, the oil's being leaked into the ocean as well.
True.
So I would say on fire is worse, because it's basically leaking oil into the water, and the people on the oil rig are dying, so... But, you know, in general, just be careful with oil. You know, gotta be careful of the environment, y'all. Now, it's really nice having the infraring here, because, again, we're gonna make... I'm gonna climb this ladder. We're gonna make use of the fact that the infraring can go way further than the normal boomerang. You're supposed to climb all the way up to hit a button, but we can just hit it from here. Yeah. That's kind of cool. And yeah, we're basically just making our way through the fire here. And then we're going to be doing another boss fight soon. Now, I want to double check and make sure that I'm not missing. Because what tends to happen is I miss them. I guess I'm doing triple kill. I don't know why I still have 4 rows selected. I'm only doing 3. So I really don't need to worry about buying the freeze frame, which is good. But yeah, bottom left, top right, out of the question. Freeze rang, probably just too expensive for me. Because I'm going to have to buy quite a few rangs to do... Actually, to do basically something. So, yeah, that's what... Oh yeah, because I might need... Do I need more points?
Is the freeze ring useful other than just being a random object? Or...
No. So there's 2 types of rangs. There's tier 1 rangs, and there's tier 2 rangs, okay? So the tier 1 rangs are, in general, almost all useful in some way. And they include the rangs that are all in that first shop that I was at. So the Infarang, there's what's called the Frosty Rang, there's the Flamerang, which also can be useful. There's the Smasherang and the Lasherang, which I'm actually going to buy very shortly, which are useful. And they're all awesome. Then there's the Tier 2 ranks. The Tier 2 ranks are basically the Tier 1 ranks, but stronger. But out of all of the Tier 2 ranks, only one of them is actually, like, useful. And we are going to be buying that. And the Freezer Rang is not the useful. Freezer Rang is basically just the Frosty Rang, but it costs 10,000 extra. Like, it's... I don't understand why they made them a thing. There's no reason for them. But they exist. So either way, we don't want the Freezer Rang anymore. Too much money. Warparang costs 14,000, which is still an absurd amount of money, don't get me wrong. But the Warparang has a very special characteristic that I think, keyword think, we need. I think we need it in the volcano to get one of those cogs. So, yeah, we're gonna have to get that Warparang at some point. But we can wait on it, I think, for a while. Because I think going back to the volcano will be the very last thing I do. But anyways, we are just about done with this oil rig. We just gotta hit buttons. 2 out of 3 red buttons. 3 out of 3 red buttons. It's gonna drop all these nanobots on the floor. And yeah, I said nanobots. And guess what? They can create Buster here. So, hi Buster. Welcome to our next boss fight. Now, I need everyone to understand this. I want you to acknowledge how long this boss fight takes. And then I want you to acknowledge that in the original version of this game, it took twice as long. This boss fight in the original PS2 version was like a 7-minute boss fight. And it wasn't difficult. It was just tedious. Thankfully, they made it go a bit faster on the Steam version. But it's still a long fight. But anyways, Buster does have predictable patterns. He's going to jump. He's going to break apart. He's going to quickly come back together. He's going to take 2 steps, jump at me, pause, and then... Oh, no. He's actually running, jumping, and now he's going to scream. He has a couple different patterns. In the original game, he's actually even easier, because he only has 1 pattern. So then in this version, they basically made him a little harder, but a little faster. And I appreciate it, because... yeah. You're saying I'd be at a disadvantage playing my GameCube copy in a bingo match? Yes. Yes, you would. But if you wanted to do a bingo match with me, Seafood, I would absolutely boot up. I have the PS2 and the Xbox version of this game. I would absolutely use them if you wanted to ever verse me in this for a fair fight. I'd even use the PS2 version, which is slower than the GameCube, to make it a fair fight. But yeah, even like speedrun leaderboard, PC and console original are separated. Because the PC version of this game just goes a little quicker. And most of the time, save as either loads or this one boss fight. Alright. What's our timer at, real quick? Can I get a check on that?
58:30 something. 58:40-ish.
Okay. That's about what I expected. That's about what I expected, given everything we've done. Yeah, Tai 2 is a very good game. A very underrated game. This was actually one of... I don't think it was the, but it was one of the first games I ever actually showed off in Bingothon in my life. And this is the second time I get to show it off at Bingothon now. First time in like 4 or 5 years it gets shown off at Bingothon, I believe. And this is actually the very first game. You know, before I was a bingo player, I was a speedrunner. This is the very first game I ever speedran. So this game has a very special place in my heart. Because if I didn't start as speedrunner, I wouldn't have become a bingo player.
So we're getting both Australia lore and Rob lore.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bruh.
I'm tempted to give you a little bit of Bingothon lore right now.
You're gonna give me Bingothon lore. Let's hear it.
Or rather, give the chat that may not have heard it before. Ever since Bingothon started in December 2018, we've raised almost $35,000 for various charities, completed 14 marathons, and branched out into various external events and content such as Taskmaster, Blind Bingothon series, or the generic bingo tournament, among others. I'd like to thank everyone for supporting it because it has been quite fun.
On that note, one thing I am very happy about is the addition of all of the side events we now do at Bingothon. Floa and Pika definitely deserve the credit as far as I'm aware of creating the main event and for creating the concept of the Blind Bingo series. But most of the other stuff is me running it, so I'm really happy with that. I hope you guys like the side events. So, I'm going to take a quick second. First of all, I'm going to grab a really easy Bilby right here because we still need a couple of them. And I'm also going to run up here and grab another really easy Bilby because they're right up here. I think... this is where it's going to be a little tricky because it's been a while since I've actually done some of this. Maybe there isn't an imposter over here. Maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just the Bilbies. Alright, well we got Bilbies.
You want an interesting piece of Bilby lore from Australia?
Wait, Bilbies are an actual thing?
Yep.
Wait, no, you're not. You're serious? I genuinely thought you were just a made-up creature. I should have assumed they were an Australian animal. Everything else in this game's an Australian animal. But, like, I've never heard of a Bilby before. Wait, I need to hear. Tell me about them.
Okay, not only are Bilbies a real creature, but and they look very cute. They're somewhat in the lesser Bilby is become endangered and become extinct. But the greater Bilby is endangered. And here's the interesting lore. Raising funds, there's been a fundraiser that was set up at one point to around Easter to raise funds for their protection, where instead of Easter bunnies, you got Easter Bilbies.
Oh, that's... Take that one. Alright, we're gonna do... Alright, so I mismanaged money a tiny bit. We're a little bit short. But not like a lot of bit short. So... I'm thinking... that we're gonna do a mission that we normally wouldn't need to do, but I think it'll give me money, so let's do it. Why not, you know? Let's see what happens. Alright, so this guy's afraid of ghosts, so we went to the haunted mansion. Or no, sorry, no, he's not afraid of ghosts. He's friends with the ghost, sorry. But there's an imposter ghost. We gotta get the imposter! Here's the imposter! Boom, imposter ghost dead. We are taking out all of the imposters. That doesn't count as an imposter spy. That's just an imposter ghost. But it gave us a little bit of extra money. I am 7 opals short. Are you kidding me? I am 7 Alright, we can grab 7 opals. Well, it wasn't a ghost. It was a guy running around in a sheet. That's why he was an imposter. The real ghost we wouldn't be able to kill. But, the imposter we can. But, yeah, I need 7 opals. So we're just gonna grab, like, 7 opals over here. And, then spend all of our money. Yeah. Is there an imposter up here? What? Are there? No, we got all the imposters in Burma. No more imposters here. They do need a little bit of money. Oh, we can just grab. Don't want the orb, I want the opals. So weird. Hey, we got just enough money to buy the submarine. We now are qualified to pilot a submarine.
Good day, young toy.
Also, this is a very, very rare moment where I am at 0 opals. Like, it is very rare to be at exactly 0 in this game. How long before Ty himself becomes an imposter? Well, funny enough, he doesn't really appear. We're gonna meet him later on. We have our brother. His name is Sly. He's kind of... I just realized that I got in this car and I don't actually know where I'm about to drive. Let's... drive... Okay, I got an idea. So over here on the left, there's a mission where you use a helicopter to rescue sheep. And we're not going to do it. So you might be wondering, Rob, why drive over here? Because there's an imposter koala that I want. Alright, we got the imposter koala, and now we can move on. Alright. Next thing that I want to do is submarine missions. So, row 1, column 3. Hey, it's been a while since we've talked about actually completing goals. We're about to do row 1, column 3, and row 1, column 4. We're going to complete both submarine missions and do Parrotbeard Cove, which is the racetrack at the ocean. So, Flotsam, you live on the coast, I'm guessing, because I think, like, just about every Australian does.
No, I'm one of the few that doesn't. I'm actually from Canberra, Australia's capital city, and the only reasonably large city, as far as I know, that isn't on the coast.
That's cool. I just realized that we're
yeah.
in the wrong direction. Huh, we're actually not going to do the sub yet. I drove the wrong direction, so we're going to do everything backwards than what I planned on doing. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we're just doing things backwards. Sure, why not? But that's cool. So you're from Canberra? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I thought Canberra was on the coast, right?
No, it's not.
Oh? Oh.
It's one of the only cities that isn't on the coast.
Oh. Good enough. This is... Huh. So, this is an example of a mission that technically they haven't phoned the emergency services yet, but the emergency is real. It's happening. And if I come over here, I should be able to talk to the guy. Do it. But instead of doing the 2 missions that I just talked about doing, we are instead doing, I believe this one is Bushfire, which is row 3, column 5. Or is this one Firefight, bottom 1? Why did I do that? I didn't need to do that. Anyways, which one is this one? This one is, I believe, Bushfire. If an emergency happens in the outback and no one calls it in, is it really an emergency? Well, it's an emergency that went unreported, I would say. The Flotsam, you want to hear another piece of Rob lore?
Yeah?
Partially because of this game, Australia is my #1 country I want to visit.
Nice.
And the only reason I haven't visited yet is because I know that when I do visit Australia, I probably want to stay here for like 2 months. So I want to make sure I'm ready.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not coming down here for like a couple of days. No, no, no. I want to visit all the cities. I want to drive in the outback. I want to go to Uluru. I want to see everything.
You want to see the big banana?
I want to see the big banana. You're not wrong. I need to know where the big banana is. Where is the big banana?
I believe it's in Coffs Harbour, or in Queensland, I think.
I'm not
Pretty sure.
familiar with where.
Yep, it's in Coffs Harbour, New South Wales.
Okay, New South Wales is what? Southeast?
Yeah, southeast. It is. I'm just trying to get it in relation to Sydney because
Australia is like the only country besides the US where I kind of have a grasp on the
Yeah.
states.
Yeah, New South Wales is south of Queensland. It is northern part of New South Wales, between a bit north of Port Macquarie, but yeah. And it is actually a whole amusement park there as well, so
Oh, that's cool. At the banana?
it's not just the small.
Wait, can you go in the banana?
I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if you can go in the banana. I think you might. I'm pretty sure you can, actually, maybe.
That would be cool.
Yeah, the photos of it looks like you definitely can go well up to the banana. And it is
Not that.
fairly big.
Okay. Still, that's cool. I love that I can get so much Australia lore tonight. That, you are making my night. I hope you understand that. Yeah.
It is understood.
Alright, I just looked it up. I kind of confirmed that this one that I just did was fire, so we can do it.
It's bushfire. I've got the difference.
Welcome to Sulfur Rocks. I don't know if sulfur is a common thing, but, you know. In the game, I guess we're there.
Sulfur is a common thing around the world, I guess. So.
Sure. I'm trying to think where all the imposters are. How many are there? Oh. There's 3. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I know where all 3 of them. Did I buy the frosty ring? I did. Okay, so I think what I'm... We're accessing parts of this level that I was not... Oh, isn't one of them actually all the way... I'm not gonna get that one. There's one right. Then there's the one... Now I'm getting myself confused over where all the collectibles are. It's so easy to remember where collectibles are, but remember what collectible is where is a little trickier. But if I remember correctly, we're going to use the Lasherang here, which is one of the things I bought to hook onto the hook here. So that we can swing up here. And one of these, I don't even remember which one. Hey, that one's an imposter. Cool. What's our total imposter count? We're at 12. We're at 12 right now. That's a good number to be at. I like to be. So we can come over here. And I know somewhere over here. Oh, I thought it was that group there. Oh, you know what? It's that. It's those two. One of them's the imposter. Yes, you're the imposter. Get wrecked, son! Alright, 13 imposters taken. Alright. "13 imposters taken care of, 7 to go. We are getting there." You know what? I want to get Bilbies taken care of so I don't have to think about them anymore. This Bilby is just like kind of just chilling here, so kind of just easy. And actually, we're gonna get Bilby number 5. You know, I don't know why I was so worried about the Bilbies. We got 100% fair dinkum. We're gonna get Bilbies there anyway. Thankfully, fair dinkum is actually not really that big of an area, so it won't. No dinkum. I'm gonna go ahead. You know, I wonder if I skip. Don't mind me just muttering to myself. I'm trying to figure out what the most optimal. Bro, can I jump? By the way, something else. I don't know if this is a thing that Australia has or not, so let me know. Does Australia have aliens?
Well,
Like from outer space?
we have immigrants.
No, like from outer space.
No, I don't think we do.
Oh,
I don't think we do.
Oh, well, the game does.
I mean, we have Chris Hemsworth, if that counts. He plays Thor, right?
Damn. Well, there was an alien. We just saved him. Boom. Saved. Could thank us, probably. Alright. Hey, guess what? There's our last Bilby. Boom. 5 Bilbies. We can mark that up. You know what? I just remembered where the last... Did I remember where the last spy is? Oh wait, the last spy is the one right there. Duh. Rob, last spy is the one I was gonna get on the way out. Duh. Aren't one of you a spy? Yeah, you're a spy. Get wrecked, son. Alright. We're leaving Sulphur Rock. By the way, Sulphur Rock, second biggest area in the game. And I'm really trying to get as many as I can so that we don't have to go to the biggest area. If we don't have to go there, that'll save us a lot. However, I am worried that... Let's see. I'm at 14 right now. We're gonna kind of close. Alright. Next mission. Hey, remember when we stumbled on that movie set earlier and they were fighting ninjas and stuff? Well, this time they called and let us know that they're actually under attack. So, we're gonna save them this time. Actually, you know what? I should be using the Smasher. So Smasherang is a strong rang. Instead of needing to hit him twice, we only have to hit him once. Dude, why are they taking so much damage?
I'm more confused as to why the film set for Happy Feet 2 looks so weird.
Oh my goodness, we actually might lose this mission. Oh my goodness, we're... Yeah, wow, we actually just lost the mission. Alright, let's try again. Usually they, like, never get attacked. They'll get hit once. Like, it's so rare to actually have them get hit that many times. There's really kind of not a lot you can do about it. It's kind of just getting unlucky. There is a certain boomerang that I do like to use against these fights. Unfortunately, we just didn't have it in the budget. No Mega Rang this run, it looks like. Megarang is cool though, because it bounces between. Which, when you have a lot of targets like this, is very useful. Ooh, I almost just died. That would have been disastrous. But there we go. Mission's done.
Yep. Can I just quickly point something out?
Oh, absolutely.
We would like, firstly, the venue of Francophones, I think that's how I pronounce it. We'd like to thank Nitro Speedruns for restreaming Bingothon Summer 2025 in French for the first time. If you're interested in checking out Speedy French speedrunning, then make sure to give them a follow. I'm sure they are providing 100% neutral commentary and aren't roasting you for stuffing up that last mission.
Nah, dude, shout out to Nitro, though. That's awesome. I don't know if you saw it. We drove by the second biggest pie in the world.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a thing.
That would be a good one. We do like our meat pies.
Alright. Welcome to Fair Income. We gotta get every collectible in this area. So, 3 Bilbies, 1 Spy, 14 photo frames, 3 cogs, and 2 orbs. Alright. Let's see if I can get them all from memory without making mistakes. It's been a while since I've had to do 100%. But it's not that bad. And we're going to do the mission at the same time. So, it's all good. The biggest issue with these photo frames, because some of them are in tricky spots, and a lot of them are in invisible crates. But how do we see invisible crates? Well, same way we know which koalas are sus, by using our infrarings. So, what we're gonna do is get on the rooftops here. So we can get this. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, come on, game. Bro, how did that miss? How did that miss? Bro, I'm hitting the button. Come on. Game was not being nice to me. I'm gonna go ahead, ride this platform. I do want the infraring out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit some of these. Grab the orb. I'm really hoping that I don't miss anything too important here, but we will see. Here. Hit the button here. But also, hey, you're sus. Jump up here. Actually, we might even be at 15 imposters now. We have 15? We are at 15, so we can go ahead and mark off the 15. Button 4. Die to a crocodile. Sounds like the typical Australian way.
I think you've almost gotten by a stingray, right?
Yeah. Yo, we spawned all the way back here. Did I, like, just miss out on a checkpoint then? Because this game's very generous with checkpoints. We must have died just before. Over here, this is what we bought the Smasherang for, was to access this one area. So I can get photo frame, this cog here. This photo frame. Alright. Continue. Go ahead, hit that button. I want to get up here, so there, come on, I can get up there. We can do it. I believe in me. There we go, hit the button. Now we just kind of ride this for a minute. How you doing, Flotsam?
Okay.
That's good. Can't really do much except for sit here for a minute, so I'm using this as an opportunity to rest my hands. Alright, and now we're back to it. Alright.
I think it might be an interesting time to mention that we have several upcoming goals in Bid Wars.
Ooh.
There's a very interesting one for Ori in the Will of the Wisps. Which
Yeah.
with playing as a piano as an input.
I remember there was a
Is
past.
currently
Yeah. What's it?
$20 out of 150. I want to say it, Adam.
I
And then
totally remember there was a Bingothon where I used a dance pad as an input. So crazy inputs, I love it.
there's the definitely doesn't sound chaotic at all incentive for Amnesia the Bunker called Everything Goes Kaboom. Which needs $100 to get to the explosive run there. And lastly, we have a bid war with Amnesia the Bunker, true ending or escape, where the true ending is leading by $9.
I definitely want to see the crazy amnesia stuff because I'm pretty sure I'm hosting during it. So, I want to see Pika go boom. Oh.
It's every.
This is always one of my least favorite collectibles to get in this game. And there's like it's like not even like that bad to get. I just don't like it. Like, it doesn't do anything wrong. I just don't like it. Alright, how are we looking on the collectibles? 3 out of 3, 1 out of 1. I'm missing 3 photo frames. Excuse me? I'm missing 3 photo frames? I think I know where they are. I hope I know. 1, 2. Where the last one is? I don't know where the last one is. I'm gonna be in trouble. The last time. Mission was done. Missing 1 photo. Most of the photo frames are on the rooftops of the house. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. It's in the ending area. I thought I grabbed them all back there, but I guess it's this one. Easy miss. Oh, you know what? It's the one behind the crocodile here. Yeah. That should be 100% fair income. There we go. Alright. And since we 100% in fair income, we, of course, got all of the cogs in fair. Meaning, we just need to worry about the cogs in Mount Boom. So as far as Triple Bingo goes, what we need to do still is get the cogs in Mount Boom, defeat Fluffy, which is the next boss fight. That will get us column 2, get the rest of our spies, which will get us row 3, and then the subs and our last kart racing, which will get us row 1. And what's our timer at?
128. Just about to turn over to 129.
Okay. We're going to be closer to the estimate than I thought we were going to be, but we should definitely be underestimated still. Probably looking at a 145 to 150, I would say, somewhere around there. We'll see. It depends on how the volcano goes at the very end of the run. Right now, we are going to go into a yellow submarine. Because we all live.
Yep.
A yellow submarine.
Yeah, was it?
A yellow submarine. Welcome to Wobbegong Bay. Could have gotten all the bilbies here in Sulphur Rocks, but I don't want to get the bilbies in Sulphur Rocks, and honestly, there's a bilby here that sometimes I cannot find for the life of me because it blends in with the coral. But yeah, this is like the Great Barrier Reef, I guess, because there's coral or something. I don't know. That's our adventure in the water. We got eaten by a shark, and yep. Sounds about right for Australia.
Yep.
You see, much like Australia, in this video game, everywhere you turn, there's an animal that wants to kill you.
Yep, that's about Australia.
Left, right, left, right. I always have to remind myself, because you just have to get to the end of this level. But what you have to do is basically go far to the left, and then far to the right, and then far to the left, and then far to the right. And I always have to remind myself which way I start going, because I have had runs where I lost the run because I started going to the right. And, yeah, it doesn't end well. But, this is a very quick mission. And, after this, we will do the other submission, which is also a quick mission. Now, one thing that's worth saying is that as far as I'm aware, first of all, I'm like the only person who does this bit. Secondly, after Bingothon, I'm actually retiring this version of the bingo and gonna start creating version 2 of the bingo, which will actually be done from a completed save instead of a new file. Because I think it will actually make for a better bingo experience overall. So maybe we'll see that in a future bingo.
Hopefully we will.
Yeah. Because I think it'll allow us to actually do Blackout in a much more reasonable time as well. Because then we don't have to do like the oil rig and the buster fight and all these boring missions just for the sake of advancing the game. Nope, then we'll just be able to just focus just on the goals. Kind of like what Galaxy did.
And just focus on the kart racing.
And just focus on the kart racing. Exact. Alright. Here is our second submission. Remember when we fixed the highway with the helicopter? We're kind of doing the same thing. But this time it actually is an emergency. Boss Cass, that big bad enemy I was talking about, removed essential piping from an underwater laboratory, meaning that they are currently not getting oxygen pumped into the laboratory. So, they're currently suffocating. Or at least they're running out of it, and will be suffocating if we don't help. So, yeah, this is an actual emergency. So, of course, we are going to help. Have the pipe here. Oh. Alright. There's pipe 5. Now we can grab pipe 6. Boom, done. Just like that, both submissions complete. Now I need to check if it's not there. Ooh. The plot thickens. Alright, we're gonna have to do wetland. That's fine. Wasn't planning on going to the
By the way.
but... Yeah, by the way, what...
I assume you're going to be making your new bingo board in playbingo.gg.
Oh, of course. I mean, the current one's on playbingo.gg.
Yep.
You want to tell
And-
me more about
Hey,
playbingo.gg while I do the worst kart racing in the game? I hate this.
Absolutely. Bingothon is presenting its own platform for playing bingos at playbingo.gg, which you can access in chat by typing !playbingo in there to get the link to the platform as well as the Discord server. Playbingo makes it easy for you to create goals, update them as you need, and play them however you want. So, why not give it a try? Make sure to provide your feedback on the Discord server, as it is very valuable to the developer.
So yeah, this track in particular, I do not like. It is, out of the 7 kart racing tracks in this game, this one is by far my least favorite, and is the one I am most likely to lose. Hopefully I don't. But if I was going to lose a race, it probably would be this one. This track just... the ending part of it is just really annoying. What is with that yellow arrow racer? What in the world? So the AI in this game is really good, and yet there's a person stuck that we're about to lap. What the... what? They were just being dropped and what? Someone clip that, please, because that was really, really weird. Anyways, we can go ahead and mark this off. Hey, our first line's done. Crazy how that works.
Does this technically mean we're 1/3 of the way through this?
I mean, we are way more than one. You know, whatever makes you happy.
Whatever increases the dramatic stakes for you getting this run.
I'm gonna have to go.
Also, I've just realized what the Baraminji River reminds me of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to
There is a river. The Barambigi is in Canberra itself.
Yeah, Barramundi, right?
And in Australia, Barambigi River, actually.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know the rivers.
Yeah. The only reason, it took me a while to just remind me of exactly what it is. So yeah, it just confused me. So trying to place exactly where it sounded familiar.
Yeah, none of you were. What did it say? 2 in here? I think. One of you is sus, right? Yeah, you're sus. Get wrecked. Alright. So, this is a very, very rare mission. Because, for whatever reason that I cannot understand, there are like 3 or 4 different missions in this game where you kill crocodiles, as I mentioned. But in this mission, we're actually like I guess the guy is a farmer who raises crocodiles or something. So we just gotta like lure him back into the pen. We don't actually have to kill him. But like, have us killing all these other ones. Also imposter. I'm gonna switch to the actually, you know what? Lasher? Oh wait, Lasher ain't gonna look for this. Never mind. We want regular boomerangs. We want regular boomerangs. This is another good spot where I would use the Mega Rang if I had it, but I don't have it, so regular boomerang is honestly the next best option. If you use the Frosty Rang, it'll freeze them in place. The Lash-A-Rang just spins them. The Smash-A-Rang just... Smash-A-Rang is just bad. I don't like Smash-A-Rang. Flame-A-Rang basically would just do the same thing that the regular boomerang is doing. Regular boomerang is honestly just goated in this game. Like, you really usually don't need other rangs in terms of bump.
Regular boomerangs are also good in real life.
True. You don't get no special boomerangs with ice powers in real life or anything like that. So, unless they do in Australia, I don't think that's it.
I'm sure someone's probably tried figuring out a way to set them on fire or something.
At some point.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright. So we can now leave this area, and we can now go ahead and fight Fluffy. I gotta decide
Fluffy.
where I'm getting my last spies from. Slash. If I can't figure out where to get my last spies from, then I actually just switch back over to bottom left, top right. Because we could still easily. Actually, I lied. We couldn't easily do it, but we could. I could make it. We'll see. But anyways, Fluffy's the third boss fight. Thankfully, it is also... It's not the fastest fight. Patchy is technically faster, but Fluffy's a pretty quick fight. It should only take, like, a minute or two. And there's no giant level before. We just get straight into the fight. So, yay. Alright. Now, if I touch the water, I'm bad. I want you to remember that. If I touch the water at any point during this fight, then I'm a bad player. So hopefully that just doesn't happen. I'll get hit a couple times, that's not a big deal, but if I end up in the water, I'm gonna be sad at myself. One down.
And the stakes are raised by the fact that you will be made fun of in a foreign language.
True. Wouldn't be the first time. You want to talk about something stressful? This is an actual thing that I did. So I'm mostly known for Pokemon stuff. A couple of years ago, they remade Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, the original, on the Switch. So I streamed myself playing the demo version of it. But I wanted to do something kind of quirky and unique, so I streamed myself playing the French version. And I read out all of the French. I don't speak French. And then, a friend of mine caught the stream, who lives in France, and joined me in voice and made fun of me for 3 hours. So yeah, that happened. Alright, we're gonna actually go for a little trick here. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Nice! We actually are getting, like, the perfect Fluffy fight. Oh, beautiful! Yes! Alright, there we go. That's basically the perfect fight. It was a tiny bit slow, but that was basically perfect. I'm really happy with how that went. Alright, Fluffy done. Alright. So. How many? We're at 17 imposters. I need to get 3 more. Do I know where I'm getting 3? That's the important question. I can get 1 there. One there? Basically, this is me trying to see if I remember. What's the timer at?
144.
Ooh,
Heading to 145.
we are going to be cutting it way closer. Okay, we are going for it. Let's go. The good news is that at this point, we're basically done doing the missions. We are 100% just focused on getting goals. So that's the good news. Now the question is, can Rob remember... Or does Rob go to the backup? Because Rob can do the backup if I need to. I don't know why I slept in the third person talking. I can do the backup plan. The backup plan basically would be, instead of doing row 3, doing bottom left, top right. Let me see exactly what my money situation is. I don't think I'm gonna be it. You know what? That'll only take a quick minute. One, I don't. Oh, we're gonna quickly go back in. We went here earlier. I'm gonna come back in here real quick to grab another one of the clusters. It'll only take a minute or two, and way I know it. I should have just grabbed it. So now that I hit that rock, which I couldn't do earlier, I can... And then from here, I go... right here. Oh, that's interesting. See the... That's... Here. Anyways, so that's that spy. Now we can leave the area again. I think I'm going. Alright, so we need 2 more of the spy frills killed. We need to go back to the volcano, and that's it. That's all we have to do. So I just gotta make sure that I know where to get the last 2 imposters. Oh, and I need to buy the wood. Which I'm going the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Now is not the time to go wrong directions, Rob. Now is the time to lock in, because if I get above estimate, I'm gonna be very upset with myself. I gave myself a very generous estimate. Alright. Oh, you know what? Oh, you know what? Oh, I just remembered where another one of the koala spies is.
This is the quality content that we are here for.
Hurrah. Hey, guess what? There's one right here. There we go. That's 19? That's 19. Okay, we just need 1 more. I remember where 1 is, however, I don't think I can access the one that I'm thinking of right now. so that's not going to be able to be an option. Is there one over here? Alright, I think I remember one being here, but I also might be about to make a fool of myself. We're gonna find out. Yep, I'm making a fool of myself. Uh-oh. Is there... There's one right out here. There's one outside. Alright, so this is the biggest area in the entire game, but we don't have to go into it because there's one right here. Alright, we gotta get to the volcano. Alright, that's our 20th spy roll. There we go. We got our spy roll. Boom. Alright. I gotta drive correct direction. Alright. We're going this way. This is not... Oh, this is perfect! The banana! We got the banana, just for you.
Oh my God. The big banana.
The big banana. See, I knew there was a reason I came all this way. It was so we could look at the banana. Alright.
It is indeed a big banana.
It is indeed. I want to see the actual thing. Now that I know it's a thing. Alright. So essentially what we're going to do is drive. We are going to quickly get one more boomerang. I had mentioned it before, the warp boomerang. We're going to need it in order to get our 3 cogs in Mount Boom. And then we are going to rush, and hopefully get all 3 cogs in Mount Boom before my estimate goes boom. You know what's really funny also? This is just a flex on the... This is literally just a flex on the haters. Here's a 21st Koala. Here's a 21st Imposter, just because it's here. So yeah, I definitely didn't need to go into the Outback. True, if you pay $100, you can see everything go boom in Amnesia. Please make that happen. You would make me happy.
Speaking of runs coming up, if you stay around after this one, we'll get Toho Lunar Nights by our Bingo, Twin Leo Boosted and Ram. I don't know how to pronounce Toho, so yeah.
Your guess is as good as mine. We're gonna climb up this giant tree. And at the very top here, I kind of mentioned him earlier, our brother is Sly.
Hey, bro. You picked a great
I want
time
the
to
warp
visit.
rank for 10,000.
Catch it, bro.
Alright, we got warp.
Also, something I saw in the background that I did have to confirm, there is also a big pineapple.
Oh yeah, there is a pineapple, I forgot. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of the giant stuff around. I don't pay attention to all of it, because there's no reason for it. Like I said, I never realized that it was actually like an Australia reference in itself. That's awesome. I'm not used to going through this tunnel this time. Okay. Alright. So I've probably got, let me see here, we're probably at about an hour 50.
Now 53.
Ooh, we are cutting this super close. Okay. Oh, do I even know where all 3 cogs are? Or are we just winging it? Yep, this is about to be stressful. This is about to be stressful. Alright. Well, we made it back to the volcano. Alright, 3 cogs I need. 3 silver cogs. 3 silver. Where are all the cogs? Alright, so remember that warp orang that I just bought? This is the whole reason I bought it. It lets us teleport to warp. But only if we latch onto a purple crystal. There's one of our 3 cogs. Alright, cool. We got one of them. So we definitely did need warp orang. Good thing I came back with it. Alright. Thankfully, I think I set myself up so that we can go through and get them kind of... This... Oh, this area is open? Let me take a quick... I don't remember it. No cog in here. Just an orb and Steve. Just an orb and Steve. We don't need that. Okay. So is there 2 cogs in here? Oh, there's not. Oh, there's a cog. Alright, that's cog 2. Alright, cog 2 obtained. What do I got? 5 minutes?
4.
4? I got this. We got this. I can do this in 4. I can do this in cog 2. Because I think I know exactly what Oh, there's the last cog, actually. Oh, last cog's even easier. Get ready on time. And time. There we go.
1:56:24.
Woo! I got that a little close. Hey, I just realized we also got the bottom right corner just for the heck of it, because I needed it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. And yeah, honestly, like, if we were to add other lines in, like, adding in bottom left, top right would literally add, like, another, like, 5 minutes and that's it. And honestly, even bottom row also probably wouldn't have even taken that long if I could remember where a bunch of 3K opal bags were. I can only remember where 2 are, and one of them is, like, the final level. But anyways, that was Tie 2. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I absolutely love this game. So I love every reason I get to play it. And honestly, I could see me continuing to stream this game for a bit more and coming back to it. But I'm going to get us going on the marathon and try to keep us as close to schedule as possible.
Alright. And that's it. As I have said, the next run is Toho Lunar Knights, Blackout Bingo, Boost versus Ram, and they'll be coming at you right after this nice little transition that we have.
1971, Médecins Sans Frontières, or Doctors Without Borders, has been providing healthcare to vulnerable people all around the world.
Our daily work is a struggle. It is intensely medical and it's intensely personal.
Amid disasters, epidemics or conflicts, our teams are there, providing treatment to anyone who needs it. We go where the need is greatest.
We do the work for MSF because we want to serve the people.
Whether it's triage, surgery, childbirth, vaccinations, mental health or chronic diseases, we put patients' needs first. We campaign for medicines to be available, affordable and effective for the people we treat. We respond to medical emergencies worldwide, and we're only able to do that because of support from people like you. Join us to help those who need it most. We are Médecins Sans Frontières.
Hi! Did you know that beyond donating to the amazing cause that is Doctors Without Borders, there are other ways you can support Bingothon? For example, why not subscribe to the Bingothon Twitch channel? You can get access to a bunch of great emotes that will allow you to spread the love of bingo all around the world. We also have other avenues such as our merch store, where you can buy some amazing merch such as this Bingothon mug. Or also our Patreon page, where you can become an extra supporter as well. And of course, finally, you can just spread the word about Bingothon. Share posts on social media, talk about it to your friends, family, pets, anyone you can think of. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the event.